Hey you guys. Hey you guys, happy Sunday. First of all, what's poppin', what's good? It's your girl, the Cosmic Phoenix. I hope y'all are feeling amazeballs. If you're not, it's okay. I hope you feel better. Sending good love, good vibes, good energy to you. All right, so y'all, for those of you who are new, welcome. Hey besties. If you found me, you made it to the most magical motherfucking place on the gram. I'm not gonna hold you. The most magical and the most sexiest, period. I help spiritual girl bosses with wellness, dancing, content creation. So turning your content into income. All right. And I help the girlies learn about digital products, teach you how to create your own digital products and how you can implement digital products into your business. All right. So I help the new and aspiring content creators, influencers, entrepreneurs. All right. So I am who the girlies come to when they're ready to stop playing and when they're ready to take their content seriously and take it to the next level, okay? So I am who the girlies pull up on when it's time to get to work, because we're not playing. I already have a program, y'all. So I have a program called LUXE Girl Digital. Well, a business called LUXE Girl Digital. And in my monthly mentorship, I teach you all about content creation, social media training, mindset training, and reprogramming. I teach you how to create digital products, okay, from scratch. And I also show you how you can create a digital product with $0 using Canva and turn it into something that you can start to generate income from, okay? So yes, digital products is a passive income source, right? However, you do have to create the content to get the traffic going, meaning people coming to your site, whether it's your website to purchase, whether it's your Instagram to purchase, whether it's your TikTok to purchase. Y'all, you didn't tell me I still have on my do-rag, y'all. I was setting the waves, okay? I'm growing my waves back. I'm growing my little waves back, okay? My little waves, okay? I used to have little waves, so I'm growing them back. I'm growing my hair out like a little cute little pixie. But, yeah, so, oh my gosh, what was I saying? So yeah, you have to create the content that's actually going to start to bring in that traffic, whether you're using Pinterest to bring in traffic, which I highly suggest, or TikTok, Instagram, even Threads, okay? You have to create the content, period. So if you own a business, you want to have this skill, y'all. And I teach you at an elementary level. I take my time with the girlies when I'm teaching. So if it's something that you don't understand, I always say ask questions, okay? Like I said, when you come into the monthly mentorship, it's not a thing where you come in and then you're just lost. No, you get live support from me, especially as long as you're asking questions and things like that in the office hours. That's listed. I actually have to update it and put it up. But once you ask the questions in between that time frame for each day, you're going to get a reply from me, okay? And when my team comes in, then you'll be getting a reply from my team and things like that, moderators and things like that. But you're not just left in the dust. I help you to move through the program, and outside of the program, I also have different categories with action assignments, homework, tips, free resources, and tools already in there waiting for you. So when you come in, you work at your own pace, okay? And if you need help with anything, then you come contact me. You can ask one of the girlies in the group, and also utilize our bi-weekly coaching calls, okay, group coaching calls to ask your questions. Like if you're going through something, and if you have questions about anything that you saw in one of the trainings, or even if you're having like a little technical support and you need help, you can ask me, all right? So I am so fucking excited for y'all to come in and see what is waiting for you. Like even if you don't have a business yet, or you have no idea what type of business you want to have, I would say to get the information. Never take information for granted, y'all. Get the information and come learn the skills. It will help to bring clarity to what you love to do, okay, what you're here to do. So I also have one-on-one consultations where I look at key placements on your astrological chart, your natal chart, your birth chart, which is where the planets and the stars were aligned when you came here, aka the zodiacs, okay? And so I look at your chart, key placements in your chart, that is going to give insight on what it is that you're here to do. What is your purpose, okay? So that is with my social media presence brand activator 1-hour consultations. So inside of the community, like I said, even if you've never posted content, even if you're new to social media, all right, this is for you. This is for you. So once you come in, you're going to, have an explosion of inspiration, because I'm a life path number 9. I'm a Taurus. I'm super fucking creative. So I help you to think outside of the box, and even more so, I don't even want you to see a box. There's not even a box, all right? There's not even a box at this point that I want you guys to be seeing. So you're going to learn different ways that you can create offers, different ways that you can present your knowledge and information to your audience. I help you to start building your community. If you know that you're someone who people constantly gravitate towards you to come and ask you information and advice and help them and things like that, and you know, have that nudge, that inner knowing that you are here to have a community, right, that you're guiding, helping to heal and things like that, then also in the program, I do have classes where I'm teaching you how to start to attract a community of like-minded individuals that is in alignment with your soul's purpose, the work that you're here to do, right? I also give you various options of whether it be platforms that you can utilize. I have a free platform in there that's perfect for beginners, all right, that you can start to utilize to build your communities. You can also start with Facebook groups, okay? You can also do Facebook groups. If you were in my 5-day empowerment challenge that I did at the beginning of January with the girlies of this year, it was super fucking dope. I had that group, that community on Instagram, all right, as a group. So there's many different ways that you can start to get your community together and start interacting and engaging with each other and learning, all right, growing, healing, ascending together, all right, as a community. And yeah, like there's so many innovative ideas that is literally waiting in there for you. So I cannot wait. Y'all know I have the to-do list template. If you don't know, I have a template. I teach you how to create templates, which you can sell as digital products or offer them in your business. All right. So this is a to-do list template that I created. And like I said, this elephant here is not just to be cute. It's cute and all. It's cute. But this elephant is the god Ganesha, which is... he's known as the obstacle breaker. So it's very strategic why I have certain symbols and things like that to incorporate the energy into the product, okay? So this was a digital product that I created and decided to print it out, right? And because I like to do this thing where I look at old to-do lists. I'm not gonna say I don't know why, but I like to look at old to-do lists because it shows me my growth, the transformation. It shows me that I could execute on what I said I'm going to do, right? So when I get these ideas and I have these tasks to do, when I'm looking back at the ones that's completed, I'm like, oh, I did that. Yeah, I really did that, and it really worked, and it came out good. And then so now it also helps you to build that proof for yourself knowing that you can do what you said, you know, what you put on your to-do list or task that you're getting to do. It'll solidify that proof that, okay, yes, I'm doing this, actually doing this, right? So, yeah, I like to look at old to-do lists. It motivates me. And something new that I started to do with my to-do list is sign them. So once everything is completed on the to-do list, I have a section where I sign that it is completed, okay? So if you have employees, you can also do this with them when you have to-do lists, right? Created, let's say you have a team and you have to-do lists for them to do for the week or for the day. You can put the sign off on the to-do list, the tasks that you're telling them to complete, delegated things that you're telling them to do, right? So delegation is super important to have as a business owner, as a CEO. You want to know the skill of delegation, right? So it really is a skill. Delegation is when you are given someone who is equipped, prepared, ready, has the knowledge to do a task. You're giving them the task to do, right? It's like you strategically offloading your work that you have to do and give it to people who are qualified and can execute on that task. So in order to delegate, the person has to have knowledge of what you're telling them to do, and know how to do it. I was going to say adequately, but like they know how to do it. Okay. That is important. And it's so interesting how in nursing, we have to know delegation as a nurse, especially RNs and LPNs. You have to know about delegation. So you have to make sure that, okay, I'm going to tell as an RN, you can delegate tasks to LPNs, right? So you have to know which LPN to delegate the task to. Okay, is this an LPN that knows the skill that I'm even telling them to do? So you don't want to delegate something for somebody to do and that person not have any knowledge on it, right? Or they not really know pieces, or they not really know how to do what you're telling them to do. So as a business owner, you have to know the skill of delegation. All right, you have to know the skill of delegation, like for real. And because exactly that example that I was just giving, let's say you're feeling overwhelmed in your business and hi pretty, and you want to offload your tasks. So you're like, all right, I know this person on my team could do this, right? You wouldn't give someone something to do that they don't know how to do, right? Because now when at the end of the day, when you come to check the list and it's not done, or you overlook at what you told them to do, all right? As a business owner, where you give somebody a task, you want to then go check to make sure that the task was completed and have quality assurance to make sure that it was effectively completed to the best. Yes, self-delegation is priority. It is so important, right? It is so important. So you want to make sure that you're overlooking what you told the person to do to make sure that they executed on it at your standards, right? And so I started to sign the bottom of my to-do lists, and I love it. And so I teach you guys how to create templates. I'm gonna post that class up maybe this week. I teach you how to do this, right? So it doesn't only have to be a to-do list, right? Templates is, you can make so many different templates, you guys, and you can incorporate it into your business. All right, you can sell your templates as digital products. You can sell template links to people if you want them to fill out something. Okay, there's fillable form templates that you can create, right? And templates are also good. So if you are someone who's, let's say for example, with me, how I help people with content creation, digital products. So and I'm also in the spiritual community and wellness, right? So I can create a template for my clients who are coming to me, let's say a grocery store template, right? Because as wellness practitioners and spiritual practitioners, you may very well need some type of list template, a grocery store list template, right? So that then you can sell that to your clients as a digital product. Okay, whether it be for them to use in their own business. So what they would do is when you sell them the template link, they can then access the template that you created and then go in and customize it to their brand. So then they're gonna put in their own brand colors. They're gonna put maybe you had, like for me, I have my brand logo here, Luxe Girl Digital. So this template link, when the girlies are downloading it, it'll open up into Canva, and then you can remove my logo and put your logo. And then you can remove to-do lists and probably put grocery store check off. Okay? And so what that does is saves you, the business owner, the CEO, who is busy and maybe doesn't have the time to create the templates. I have the templates already created for you. So all you have to do is just go in and edit it. So these are free resources and tools that I'm giving in the monthly mentorship. I'm going to have templates on slides for classes, because I know I have teachers who are pulling up, right? So I'm going to have slides, custom slides that I'm going to make, okay? So these slides is going to be energetically charged with some motherfucking power, okay? You see how this is not just a cute little elephant that I put here, all right? It's intentional. This is the God Ganesha obstacle breaker. So whatever you're putting on your to-do list here, trust and know that it is protected and that it will get done, okay? And so you have to also take action, right? You also have to help yourself. So these are templates that I'm going to be creating, and not only creating, but I'm going to teach you how to do it, right? Giving you the skills so that you don't have to come back to me continuously for templates, right? Eventually, you're going to be like, oh, Carla showed me how to create templates, right? I could create my own templates, and now I can help teach somebody this skill of creating templates. Y'all understand? So when I'm teaching you these skills, these are skills that you can then go and teach your clients and your customers to start to implement in their business. All right. If you are someone who teaches like business things and like that. Okay. So this is a skill that I learned, how to create digital products. Right. Shout outs to Lele, because Lele was one of the first people to ask that question. How do you create digital products? Right. And I already had the information because I was already creating them. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start teaching this. You see, that's why it's important for y'all to follow the promptings, because we each have a piece of like the puzzle for each other. Right. So, and this is why I say it's important to have like-minded individuals in your circle who are tapped in and connected, because you'll help each other, right? Knowledge and wisdom as you share it. So that's the templates. What else did I want to talk about? So we talked about delegation and building your content muscle. So y'all, a lot of people struggle with being consistent. I get it. I used to struggle with being consistent too, showing up and posting the content, right? So many things going on and things like that, right? However, I give you steps, strategies, techniques, things that you can do that is going to help you to strengthen and fortify that content muscle, all right? To keep you consistent without burning yourself out. Which brings me to the next thing, that we also have bonus trainings inside of the community in the classroom portal. So when you come in, you're going to see the program and you're going to see the classes. And you're also going to see the bonus trainings there that you can watch for the month. Okay, so the bonus trainings, I'm thinking about having it up just for the month to encourage people to actually watch the trainings. Okay, and so one of the bonus trainings is talking about burnout, how to prevent things like burnout. Okay, so I teach you what it looks like, the signs of burnout. It doesn't just appear like one day you're just burnt out. No, it has been happening for a period of time, right? And maybe you were ignoring the signs and things like that. And so that's burnout. Know the burnout symptoms, then know how to prevent burnout, and then know how to like recover from burnout. Okay, so I give you that in a training and teach you how to like prevent burning yourselves out, so you can be consistent showing up without working hard. And I teach you guys how to do that. Okay, so those are some things about the monthly mentorship. So that is $97 a month. And with the $97 a month, I'm telling you guys, this is premium quality. All right, you're going to get quality. You're going to get updated information. You're going to get strategies and techniques that actually work, okay? So if you've never had a sale in your business, if you don't even know where to start, you're going to start to move through these challenges, okay? And I'm going to be there to assist you and help you along the way, all right? And so with the $97, there are so many, it's so much included in there, okay? So much included in there. I'm telling you guys, this is quality. All right. And y'all know, if you ever worked with me, you know my customer service is chef's kiss. Top tier customer service, baby. Customer service, not around with the customer service. Like, it's top tier. And that's one thing that's so important to me, because I really feel like I took that from nursing, like having great customer service, because as soon as the patient would ring the bell, you would have to get up and go take care of the patient, go do like customer service, healing, you know, whatever it is. And so that's like embedded within me, good customer service. And making sure that the person feels seen, you know, making sure that you feel seen, that I'm listening to you, that I understand, okay, I'm giving you this strategy, but with your energy, let's tweak it, right? So I take these things into account when I'm giving you these tips and things like that. So I'm really super excited. And what else? What was the next thing? Yeah, building your content muscle. So yeah, once you come in, you're gonna get you're gonna get put to work. Trust me. You're not gonna feel overwhelmed, because I'm gonna be there helping you. So you're not gonna feel overwhelmed, all right? So you want to work on building your content muscle, all right? Show up. Get out of your head. Get out of your own way, okay? So the other thing, and I want you guys to practice allowing your personality to shine through, all right? I have these things on my to-do list. Practice allowing your personality to shine through, okay? Don't try to shrink yourself, belittle yourself. Don't settle. Don't try to fit in like you're literally here to stand out. Allow your personality to shine. Allow it to come through. I don't care if you think you're weird, awkward, if you have a weird sense of humor. There are other people. There are others. All right? So, and the more you step into your power, the more you step into your true authentic self, right? It's like a ripple effect. So it's like when you go to the lake, you ever see people go to the lake and like take a rock, or if you've ever done it, take a rock and throw it into the lake, and then you see the ripples go out, right? You can see the ripples extend really far out. So it's like a ripple effect. So when you start to be yourself, your true authentic self, right? What happens is other people see you being yourself, and they're like, oh my God, look how they're being themselves, and they don't even care, like they're so confident. And then what does that do? Now that's going to inspire that person now to start to be themselves, right? To start to release things like judgment, fear of judgment, right? It be that easy. Just you showing up and being yourself is making waves that you may have no clue about, right? But you have to be in your inner knowing and know that, right? Know how powerful you are. But just by me showing up, being myself, doing my work, it's inspiring someone else. Whether they come and tell you or not, people are learning from you. I want y'all to know that. People are learning from you, whether they come verbally say it. They may you very well have people come and say like, I appreciate your information, your knowledge and things like that, And then you'll have people that'll watch you, but they won't say that they're learning from you. And that's okay. But just so you guys don't feel like, oh my God, nobody liked this video. Nobody commented on this video. Nobody shared this video. So nobody's seen it. There was no impact. No, right? No, sometimes people watch, they be lurking. You know, like they're like a skylocker, like they just be lurking on your page, right? And not like anything, but they're receiving the knowledge, they're receiving the information, right? They could be having their own breakthroughs, their own aha moments, gaining clarity from what you're teaching, sharing, whether even if you're sharing your experiences. So sometimes you may be overthinking, like, nobody want to hear that. This thing happened to me, but nobody want to hear that. Or I learned this lesson, nobody want to hear that. right? You have to get your mind out of that mindset of thinking nobody wants to hear what you have to say, that what you have to say doesn't matter. Like, you literally have to deprogram and reprogram your mind to nothing but excellence, right? Nothing but excellence. And you think of thoughts that are only for your highest good, right? That only reflects the best outcome for yourself, period. Because our thoughts create our reality, so why not think of nothing but the best for yourself, the most favorable outcomes for yourself? Like, yeah, everything is gonna work out because I said so. I'm the universe. I'm the apple of the universe's eye. I'm the apple of the universe's eye. Like, well taken care of, well supported, well loved, well protected. That's how you gotta start, like, you know, right? And let me put this note, all right. And I want you guys to practice self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. This is the heart chakra. All right. For those of you who don't know, your chakras, we have 7 main chakras, but we have so many chakras within the body, right? So many chakras are within the body. And what your chakras are is that these are energetic centers where your spiritual and your physical energy meets, right? And it's at key placements, right, in and throughout your body. And so we have 7 main chakras, okay? And so the chakras give you insight on how you're doing emotionally, right? How you're doing emotionally, and if there's any traumas, challenges going on in a specific chakra, it's going to manifest a lot of times as dis-ease in the body, because before anything happens in the physical realm, it happens in the spirit first. And a lot of times people are shown things spiritually, whether it be the dreams, and may brush it off and just think that, oh, dream is just a dream. No, your dreams are never just dreams. Your dreams are powerful. They have meaning. It's how your subconscious mind is communicating to you, okay? How the divine is also sending you messages through your dreams, right? Answering your questions. Because know that whenever you ask a question, it must get answered. You have to be open to receiving the answer and decoding it, right? And so, yeah, so you want to make sure that you are balancing your chakras as much as possible. And there are tools like crystals, herbs, all right, different spiritual practices that you can do to help you to balance and harmonize your chakras, right? And so your heart chakra is your center, right? It's the center. So a lot of people go through such deep emotional traumas, whether it be from past lives or from childhood, and hold on to these emotions, never process them, right? Just suppressing them with maybe drugs, sex, alcohol, different addictions to try to kind of like numb that pain, but that pain is still there, still lingering because they never really healed it, right? And then it manifests and starts to grow into like a whole entity, a whole different thing, right? And so you have to gain control over these monsters. Face your monsters, right? Do your shadow work. Dive deep within yourself to figure out, why did this experience, why did this person elicit this emotion, bring forth this emotion out of me, whether it be emotion of anger, sadness, jealousy, envy, depression, things like that. You want to ask yourself, when you experience these emotions, you want to make sure that you are acknowledging the emotion first of all. Don't try to just brush it off like you not having that emotion. Like, because your spirit team gonna be like, oh, you gonna act like you don't feel that? All right, we're gonna circle it back then. You're gonna have to go back through another experience to bring this emotion up so you can pay attention to why is this emotion coming up anyway, right? And so it's really important to address your emotions. So you acknowledge the emotion, like, okay, I was angry. This person said this to me, made me angry. Okay, all right, that's good. So let's go deeper. What did they say to you? What about what they said to you triggered you? Because those are triggers. And we don't want to run away from triggers. We actually want more triggers, because the triggers are going to show us, it's going to shine the light on things that are triggering us. Right? Emotions, things that's making us upset, feel a certain way, because there's more to it. right? So the trigger is going to bring your attention to that. And then you can ask yourself, well, why did I get upset? What did they say that made me get upset? Maybe they said something that reminded me of a situation that happened in childhood. Then what was the situation in childhood? Now you sit down and take time to remember, well, auntie, uncle, so-and-so said this to me and it made me upset. Okay, well, what did they say? Okay, now you want to keep going, keep probing till you get to the root of it. And you have support. You can ask your spirit team, your ancestors who are in alignment with your work to show you how you can begin to heal this emotion or get more information about this emotion, this traumatic experience, whatever it was, right? So it's super important. So that's dealing with the heart chakra. Okay, so that's dealing with the heart chakra. And like I tell you guys, I don't only teach you content, okay? I don't only teach you content. We go really deep. Because I really want you to understand the connection of a lot of times people are supposed to be speaking, motivational speakers, sharing information, sharing knowledge, but they're wondering like, well, I know I'm supposed to be creating content, but I don't want to speak. And they'd be like, okay, that's a throat chakra issue. I won't say issue, but challenge, right? So now let's look at the throat chakra and let's start to heal it. Let's use these tools and things like that, okay, to start to heal the throat chakra so that now you can step into that power of speaking, right? Of being a leader, of sharing your opinions, your expressions, and things like that. Okay, so it's not just, oh, I don't want to create content. It's reasons, and this is what I'm getting my clients to understand. And once you understand that and start to do the healing work to heal these things, then you're gonna start to see the transformations within yourself, your personal life, your spiritual life, and in you creating content, showing up even more so as your authentic self, right? Blossoming into the person that is, waiting for you to remember who you are, And so talking about the heart chakra, self-compassion is super important. Self-compassion is super important. You cannot be afraid to put yourself first. I know this construct, society, our families, our moms, other people tell us to put other people before us. Like, oh my God, that's my bestie. That's my bro. I would give them the shirt off of my back. The fuck? I'm not gonna give you the shirt off of my back. No, I ain't giving you no shirt off of my back. Or like, oh, I fuck with this person so much. That's my bro. I will die for that person. Excuse me? I mean, unless that's what you came here to do, but you get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you have to start having self-compassion. You first. What does it mean to have self-compassion? When you look up the definition, it literally says to have pity or sympathy or feelings for others. Deep, like remorse. I don't want to say remorse. But it's like to have pity for someone else, to sympathize with someone else, what others are experiencing. And a lot of times people put that before themselves, right? Sympathizing with others before you sympathize with yourself. Having compassion for others before you have compassion for yourself. You understand? And a lot of people, that also touches on self-love and self-worth, right? Loving yourself first. People call it selfish. Well, call me motherfucking selfish because I'm going to come first every time. And it's something that you literally have to deprogram. It doesn't happen overnight because first you're going to be shown when you say, okay, I want to love myself more. I want to learn what it truly means to love myself. You are going to be shown how much you do not love yourself. First, they're going to show you how much you do not love your fucking self. You're like, people like, I love me. Do you? Do you love you? Do you love you? Do you know what it means to love you? Do you know how your higher self likes to be loved or loves to be loved? Right? This construct keeps us so busy busy, and doesn't want you to have these realizations, these self-realizations that will transform your motherfucking life. When you start to put yourself first, you transform completely. Your whole energy, everything shifts. Because you put yourself first. Because you love yourself. And you know you deserve nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for the best. I always say that when my clients work with me, I be like, nothing but the best for the best. Okay? But you have to put yourself first. It's not being selfish. And when they showing you how much you don't love yourself, it's going to hurt. It's going to fucking hurt. This journey is not just cupcakes and unicorns, and it be some real shit, as it should. As it should, because you're here to grow and expand and tap into that God within you. Right? It's gonna hurt. And you have to take the moment to say, okay, does that situation, does those actions that I did reflect me loving myself? Did y'all hear what I said earlier in this live? I am the apple of the universe's eye. I'm the apple of my eye. Yes. I am the apple of my eye. I come first every time. My soul mission, my work comes first every time. And that's the energy I need you guys to start embodying. To start embodying. You're not weak. You're not a victim. You're not woe is me. You're not, oh my gosh, everything just I go wrong always and I'm alive. Everything just I go wrong, but can't catch a break. Every time I turn wrong, something gone wrong. No, you cannot speak these things over yourself. Every time I look, things are working out for me to the best. To the best. Things are working out for me. Even when it doesn't feel like it is. Even when it doesn't look like it is, you have to know, you have to stand in your God knowing, your inner knowing that yes, it's working out for me. Period. Right? You have to have self-compassion. Even me saying that did not even sit right with me. Even me saying that. Like people be like, everything is always not working out. No, everything is always working out for me. Always. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't care how it look. Trust and believe, it always works out. And I always come out on top. I always win. Okay. You gotta know. You got to know. So you have to have self-compassion. You come first. Take care of you first. I tell you guys, I started doing this thing where before I come up on social media, because I do be telling y'all, when I pull up on these apps, it's business time. Sometimes I do scroll. Yesterday, I had a moment where I was scrolling a little bit too much. I'm not going to lie. I be sometimes. Okay? And then I got to, woo, bitch. Okay? So, I started taking care of me first. Make sure I drink my tea, shower, brush my teeth, get outside, go ground, stretch, do some light yoga, get some sun, because I love sitting up in the motherfucking sun. Get some sun, relax, power up. Anytime I go outside in nature, I recharge. That's why you always see me out in nature. Right? And so then I come online and start to help others, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I would rather hurt someone else's feelings than hurt my feelings. I would rather hurt someone else's feelings than be okay with hurting my own feelings. Y'all understand? And this is how you have to start to reprogram your mind. Some people are okay with pleasing others, making others be pleased, and not pleasing themselves. Just saying, forget about myself. I just want to make sure this person is good. What? No! You make sure you go first, right? So self-compassion. So this is so important for me to start getting you guys to see areas in your mind that you can start to reprogram, okay? To start to reprogram. So what I'm doing is putting this into your view. So now your spirit team knows that you heard this information, and then they're going to hold you accountable to doing these things, to start implementing these things. They're gonna be like, remember this video where you heard this? Right? Okay? And so this is also for potential clients, because by the time you come to work with me, I want you to have watched my videos to know how I work, okay? To know how I work, so you could get an idea of what to expect. Like, okay, when I come to Carla, I know she's gonna get me all the way together, get the content together, get the mind together, get the spirit together, get the body together. Because also in the monthly mentorship, you get access to my grocery store checklist, okay? So if you're someone who you know you're being guided to eat healthier, eat cleaner, then when you come inside of the monthly mentorship, you get access to that grocery store list. And it's things that I have been using on my journey. It is also products, you know, so this will help you to eat cleaner, okay? To begin to eat cleaner as much as possible, okay? To start to incorporate better habits for yourself, right? Because once you start to like incorporate these better habits, especially with food and eating more higher vibrational food, is going to help to activate your DNA and your gifts, okay? When I tell you that my gifts right now is off the motherfucking charts, off the motherfucking charts, and I just be here cultivating my gifts, practicing my gifts, tapping into my magic, knowing that once what I say that is in alignment with my heart leaves my mouth, it is done. It is done. That's it. Like I say, everything always works out for me. The universe is rigged in my favor. I'm the apple of the universe's eye. It always works out for me way better than I could have ever imagined. Everything is always aligning for my highest good. I am divinely guided and divinely protected. I am abundance. I am remembering who I am. I am stepping into my power. I am courage. I am strength. I am truth. I am righteousness. I am love. I am peace. And I say these things when I am not lotioning, but like moisturizing my skin or lotioning, right? I say these things, speak this over myself every time I bathe, and I also say it throughout the day. And I also record it using my voice memos on my phone and then listen to it again, because I'm reprogramming myself, right? Reprogramming myself. I don't watch the news. I always say, if something that I need to see, Spirit gonna show me, or somebody gonna come tell me if it's something I really need to see. But you want to tap in. There was a news station that somebody had said, I can't remember, and I don't want to say the wrong one, but they said that they tap in. It was a master teacher. Shout out to Miss Queenie. She said that she watches like a certain YouTube to get some information, just to be aware of what's going on. But to watch the news all day, or like be talking about politics, no. I don't want to hear about no motherfucking politics. Don't come tell me about no motherfucking politics. Don't come tell me about certain shit. Because a lot of those things, this is a whole stage, right? And so you have to be focused. You have to be so focused, so laser focused on the work that you're here to do. All right? And so those are some things that I say and do throughout the day. Right? And so that's self-compassion. Ooh, we really dove deep into this live today. Hold on. That's self-compassion. And y'all see, I am checking everything off of my to-do list as I do it. Like, I love lists. I love like organization like this. And so, yeah, that's self-compassion. All right. So next, I said allow your personality to shine through. And there was this video that I seen the other day, and it was so beautiful. It's a content creator that I follow on here, DJ AG online, right? And he did a video recently where he was talking about, you know, how he was experiencing certain pains in his body. He was saying he was feeling like testicular pain, and he was just like brushing it off and he decided to go to the doctor to get it checked to make sure everything is Gucci. And he was explaining the process of getting his prostate checked. And he said that he wasn't expecting for the doctor to say, like, you know, to do that, right? So he was explaining everything and saying, you know, he had to lay on the bed, turn on his side, put his feet up, and then he was explaining the whole experience. And he was also saying that it was really uncomfortable for him. And he was also talking about like the stigma with like cultures, especially like Caribbean cultures. There's this stigma of not wanting to let anyone like check up there in their rear, their behind, because they feel like they're gonna be called homosexual and things like that. So they just don't do it, right? It's such a stigma, and there's nothing wrong with who you love and all of that, okay? So it's such a stigma, and it's like embedded in them, Caribbean men, from when they little, right? So now when they get to the age, or when they start to experience discomforts and things like that, they don't want to talk about it, right? They don't want to talk about it because they don't want to have to pieces, because they don't want to have to have that exam, right? Thinking that they're going to be less of a man and things like that. So he was sharing that experience, and I was super proud of him because it's something that's not talked about enough. And especially in the Caribbean community, like him being the leader in what he does in his field, it will inspire other men who may be experiencing that to say, okay, let me go get my prostate checked and things like that. And so it's also very near to me because my father passed away, transitioned in 2010 when I was 18 from prostate cancer, right? So when I heard him talking about it, it just, oh my gosh, it made me tear up because I was so proud of him. And Spirit was like, yes, to come on and talk about it, because it's really important. It's really important for the men to know that when they are feeling certain pains and things like that, to go get checked. And even for women as well, there's this thing called white coat syndrome that we were taught about in like nursing school, where some people literally have a fear of seeing a doctor in a white coat. Literally, it's like this thing, white coat syndrome. Yes, facts. Hi, goddess. Ooh, I like the money on the end. Ew. But facts, yes, Mama's the source says facts. And it was like, and then to see the comments, oh my gosh, it was just so beautiful. And so even that, you know, I always tell my patients, when you're feeling, and even people, when you're feeling discomforts, to go and get it checked. Like, don't brush things off. Yes, we know we do have ascension symptoms. Okay, we do have ascension symptoms. When you're feeling certain pains and it's like consistent, chronic, which means over a period of time, right? You may feel it, it may go away, and you're like, okay, I'm good, and then you feel it again. No, you want to go get those things checked, okay? Like, go get those things checked. And if you go to one person and they say they don't know, then, or, oh, it's nothing, and you know what you're feeling in your body, then you go to somebody else. All right, you tap in and you ask Spirit to guide you to who you need to go to. Whether you got to do it, tap into the dream realm, make the connections, okay? Right? So, and it's so important because, like, with my dad, he had went to one doctor and she was like, oh, no, you're good. But he know what he was experiencing, right? And so she was like, oh, he's good. And then by the time he went to another doctor, it was already at like stage 4 cancer, prostate cancer. So this is why it's so important. And I say, if you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, no, you're good, this says you you go to whoever else you need to go to, whether you need to go to holistic practitioners, whoever you need to go to. You do not stop at one. Like if the person says, oh no, you're good, but you know that how you're feeling, what you're experiencing, right? So you have to, like, you guys, you have to, right? Especially, I know, like, pap smears. It's really uncomfortable to go get a pap smear, but it's something that we have to do, right? So I know I had pap smear trauma. So my spirit team was like, okay, come on, let's go. We're gonna go get our pap smear. So I'm gonna go get my pap smear done this week. So when I tell you guys to face your fears, I'm not just, it's shit that I am actively motherfucking doing. Facing these fears, like, all right, come on, let's go. Right? And another thing that I want to talk about is, we're gonna get into this is really, I'm not gonna say this is really quick, but I wanted to talk about dating, okay? So going from, like, talking about AG when he was talking about when you're feeling pains and things like that to go get checked, right? So even moving forward, I know for me, when I'm dating, right, you guys show me a full motherfucking panel. Wait, my book is just blowing my nose. You say, yes, I'm doing that now. Yes. You got to show me a full motherfucking panel. I want to see STD screenings, HIV/AIDS screenings, right? Before we do hanky, panky, panky, panky. And Professor Melanie Brother Honk did a show where they were talking about this thing called ureaplasma, which is often mistaken for BV, bacterial vaginosis, but it's actually called ureaplasma. And one of the only herbs that can heal it naturally is uva ursi. And it's a whole protocol. If you need the video, send me a DM and I will send it to you. And they're not listing it as the STD, but it is. When you do the research and you're looking at it, it is. So it's called ureaplasma. And so, yeah, so that's what I was saying. So moving forward, when I'm dating, you gotta show me, sir. And I'm gonna show mine, right? It's transparency, and it's like the smart way to date. Protecting yourself, loving yourself, right? It's a part of you loving yourself. So I know for me, when I start dating, child, that is super important. Super important. Super important. And I have not been on a date in like 3 years. That is so I'm gonna start taking myself on dates. I'm gonna start taking even if it's a little date. Yes, he does. Yes, he is. He is. You say, yes, I'm doing that now. Peace. How are you? Thank you. Yes. Yes. Like, there are so many holistic practitioners that you could tap into, connect with, find one that works for you. Like, it's super, 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 super important, you guys. Super important. And I know a lot of the young girls follow me, and that's information that if somebody had said that to me and was like, this needs to be a thing, right? So like I said, I'm all about bridging that gap, right? Bridging that gap. So things that I saw gaps in growing up, now as I teach, as I guide, I mention these gaps, right? So that's why I'm telling you guys, you went through certain experiences for a reason. You went through these experiences for a reason, to share it, to share the knowledge, the wisdom that you gained from the experience with others, right? What would be the point of you going through the experience and you learning the wisdom and then not sharing it? And then if there's someone else who may be going through that, need to hear what you have to say to help to, the same way it was when it's like, what is it? Like, I want to help you so you don't have to go through the same mistakes that I went through, right? So that's where these things come in, where you share your experiences, where you share the wisdom. Like, yo, I went through this thing, da-da-da-da. Then somebody may say, girl, I'm doing that too. Like how Mama is the Source said, I'm doing that too. Right? Then you start to realize you're not alone. Right? So it's super important. Yes. Right, exactly. So when you're dating, you're ultimately dating and you're gonna weed out who's for you, right? And when you find that person, your divine partner, then you guys start building a deeper connection, right? So that's definitely true. There is a difference between dating and when you have a committed partner, right? And so now by the time when you get to that part where you have the committed partner, you would already know their whole status, right? You would know everything about them. So I think it's really important. It is really important, and I don't think it's talked about enough. Like, everybody wants to date. Yeah, let's date. Yeah. Nigga, show me his fucking lab work, sir. Okay? I am not playing. I'm not playing. Like, it's really, really important. And so I wanted to have that conversation. Yes, get those details out the way early. Yes, tell me everything. I actually started to make a list that when I start dating, you gotta answer all of these questions, sir. Just fill out. I'm gonna just be like, just fill this out. Fill this out and email it back to me, or you can send me a picture or hand me the copy. Just fill this out, sir. You would like to date the cosmic. You would like to date Carla. Here you go, sir. Just fill this out. You want a blue pen? You have 48 hours to fill it out, sir, and then it will be the next applicant. I literally started to make a note section in my phone with questions. Okay, based on shit I went through, I said, "Oh, this shit not catching me again." Sir, do you have children? You do. How many children do you have? Are you dating any other women? Do you have a baby mother, baby mama, side person, baby on the way, baby just born? Anything like that, sir, fill it out on the line. Clearly, please write it out in eligible writing. Do you work? What do you do for work, sir? What do you do for work? You work for yourself? What do you do for work? Where is the money coming from? If you guys could read between the lines of what I'm saying. Where is the money coming from? Is it legal money? Is this legal work? Okay. Do you live alone? Do you have roommates? Is the roommate a woman? What are your spiritual practices, sir? Do you take spiritual baths? Do you meditate? Do you know who you are, sir? Who is Jesus to you? I'm so funny. I be making myself laughing at y'all. With a blue pen. Yes, application. Okay, with the blue pen. I need it to be written in clear, eligible writing. so me and my team can decipher this. Then, sir, I need about 48. I said 48 hours. He needs to bring it back to me within 48 hours. Then I will what's the word? Confirm what was written on the paper. So when they give me the paper, I'm not just going to take what is on the paper as truth. Now, what kind of witchy poo would I be? I'm going to go into the spiritual realm, nigga, to have it fact checked universally, cosmically, sir. You said, sir, you said you don't have children. When I went to sleep that night, they showed me you feeding a baby. Whose baby is that, sir? I dreamt you was feeding a motherfucking baby. Who baby is that? On the application, sir, you say you don't have no kids. You say you ain't got no kids. Okay. Spirit be telling me to let my personality shine. Y'all, I really be in here cracking my... People be like, Carla always be alone. I be having so much laughs. And Spirit told me, like, to do my impersonations, because I do good impersonations. But yeah, like, sir, no. They said, they showed me you feeding a baby. Who baby is that? Oh, well, you know, couple months ago. Sir! That everyone should get their flaws on display. Then if you still want to be with them, it'll work. Exactly. Because guess what? Because even when I was doing this skit in my head the other day, Spirit was like, you are what you attract. I was like, ooh. Ooh. Okay. You are what you attract. So look at what you're attracting and then start to say, well, why am I attracted to this type of person? What in me is attracting this person? This person is a reflection of you. Everyone who you've ever been with, I don't care if you hate their stinking guts. They are a reflection of you. Maybe where you were at that point in time, yes. And you shouldn't hate their guts because you agreed to it. You say, I don't care what they did. You agreed to them doing that to you so you can learn a lesson, so it could wake something up in your ass. Okay? Show all your flaws. Look, this is me. This is me. And then you say, all right, I can work with that. But and that's the thing with love. You cannot love with conditions. You cannot love with conditions like, okay, I'm going to love you if you do this. That's not love. It's not, I'm going to love you if you change this. If you compromise this about yourself, then that's not love. You accept the person for who they are. For who they are, period. He said, this is so on point. Let me get my blue on out and take some notes. Make it plain, Carla. Yes, sis. Have to make it very plain, okay? And this is a part where I'm saying, like, I'm doing a lot of shadow work. And I'm realizing that the Necronomicon, like, my nose is running. It's not cold, or maybe I'm feeling like my nose is running. But the Necronomicon helps you to face these monsters. It helps with shadow work. It definitely helps with shadow work. As I'm reading the book, I'm making so many connections, and I'm like, oh wow, this connects to that, and da-da-da, and you have to face your shadow. You have to, because once you start to address the shadow work, right, then you're gonna start to see who you really are. Because here's your soul, like, this is you, here's your soul, and then here's your shadow, right? So your shadow is showing you all of these things that you need to change about yourself, these challenges, these blockages. Your shadow is blocking you from seeing who you really are. So once you start to address the shadow and remove the shadow, then you see who you truly are. You remove everything and you see who you are, right? So I've been doing a lot of shadow work and having to face these things about myself. Like, okay, well, I'm saying like all of this stuff about this person, but the person is a reflection of you. Okay? The person is a reflection of you. So then Spirit was like, yep. Right? And so then you take into account, well, where was my mindset at that time? What were my actions at that time? Right? And I know for me, I used to, I wasn't like, I wouldn't say like intentionally lying, but I think sometimes I intentionally lied, right? Like lying, child. So that's where like you are what you attract. The fuck? Yup, I was definitely, I was intentionally lying because I was creeping. I was, child. Okay. So when I was doing my shadow work, I'm like, yeah, that's why you are what you attract. And so ever since Professor Melanie said, gods do not lie. You are God, you do not lie. Because when you lie, it's something that you fear. You're afraid of something. And there is no fear. God and fear don't go in the same sentence. God and fear cannot go in the same sentence. So when she said, gods do not lie, I'd be like, I tell a nigga, I tell the motherfucking truth. I do not fucking play. And even if I say something and then after I be like, that wasn't true. I be calling the person back and be like, I said this. I be like, no, that's not what it is. This is what it is. Just in case, so just to make sure there's no confusion, this is what it is. And I had to catch myself because like, I was doing that with my mom because I realized like as a child, I would be like, you know how kids lie to their parents and stuff like that. Yeah, kids like be lying to their parents, right? Out of fear, right? So I was still doing that as an adult, like lying about little dumb shit, like. Right? And so I was doing it the other day. I forgot what she asked me. And then I said like after I was like, that's not true. And I called back. I said, I know I said this, but this is what it really is. She's like, okay. Right? And so those are things that I'm releasing and aligning with my higher self. Like, I ain't finna fucking lie. I'm God. The fuck I'm lying for? Right? So I have just been like really, like I tell you guys, I study myself. I do. I'll be sitting down and I just be like, well, why did you do that, Carla? Why did this make you feel a certain way? You don't run from the feeling. You don't run from the emotions. It'll make you feel uncomfortable. All the feels, it'll make you feel. But you have to keep probing it. Don't run from it when it comes up. So like if somebody says something to me and it make me feel a way or get me triggered, I sit down and I be like, well, that made me feel some type of way. Or that kind of triggered me. And then I be like, well, why did that trigger me? And then I start to face it. I don't care how uncomfortable it makes me feel. And sometimes your physical self will try to avoid it. And then you go on your phone, be like, oh, all of a sudden, let me go check on Instagram. And it'd be like, what? No, we're focusing on this. Right? And you have to notice when you do that. That's like running from it. No, you got to face it. Oh, I'm going to put the phone down. Let me sit down and just meditate. Let me sit down and journal about this. Right? So those are things that I started implementing and practicing. Right? And letting people know how you feel respectfully, you know? You let people know how you feel. Right? If somebody does something you don't like it, be like, you know, I don't really like when you do this. You know? So you have to get that throat chakra working. To the point where, you know, I'm gonna share this experience and then I'm gonna come off. But the other day I was doing something a couple days ago and I broke a nail. But before I broke a nail, right? I went to the nail salon, had a pedicure, but they didn't, you know, when they take the scraper and take off the dead skin, they didn't do that. So when I got back home, my foot still kind of felt a little rough. So I'm like, why didn't it? So I'm like, oh my gosh. So the spirit is like, go back and tell them that they did not do that and you want it done. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go another day, or, you know, I'm gonna get the scraper myself and do it myself, right? And I left it alone. So then a couple days ago, my nail broke. So it's like, okay, well, I was like, well, I can't have my nail broke. Like, higher self me would never have her nail broke and leave it broke. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going to the nail salon. This was probably Thursday or Friday. And so I went to the nail salon, sat down with my nail tech, Ben. And he was like, how you broke the nail? The nail is so thick. How did you break it? I said, the fridge. He said, oh, no. You have to tell somebody else to open the fridge for you. I said, I need a chef. Okay? That's what I need. So then he fixed the nail, and then there was a song that was playing. And it was like, it said something like, tell them how you feel. I said, so yeah, I broke my nail so I could come to the nail shop to tell them how I felt about my pedicure. So when I heard the song, I was laughing. So I told him, like, do you have to ask for that to be done, or is it automatically included in the pedicure? And he had told me it was included, but he said, go to the lady at the front desk and let her know. And then, so I'm like, okay, I was going to be like, all right, nah, forget it. And then Spirit is like, go to the lady at the front desk and let her know, like, speak. So then, this is laughing. So then I'm like, all right, I go to the front desk and I tell the lady, like, I paid and everything. And then, like, I could feel that nudge, like, say it. So then I was like, hi, I came sometime last week and, you know, I had a pedicure done. I wanted to know if you have to actually ask to get the scraper. She said yes, because some people don't like it. She said some people don't like it and they get upset when you do it. So that's why you have to ask when you get the pedicure done if you want it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Fair enough. Okay. So then I left. So then Spirit's like, yes, because you have to speak up for yourself. You have to speak up for yourself. If nobody speaks up for you, if you don't speak up for you, who gonna speak up for you? Right? Everybody is putting themselves first. You have to put yourself first too. You got to speak up. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I got it. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And then I was like, you know what? I need another nail salon. I want to go to the nail salon with them cute chairs. And you sit down and you get a little champagne wash. You get some champagne and then they do your nails. So now I'm gonna be looking for that nail shop with the nice chairs, and then you get a little champagne. You get a little champagne when they doing your nails. Or they doing my feet and I'm drinking a little champagne. Okay. So I'm like, so that's what I'll be doing. Well, I'll let it, you know, probably pop up on my Instagram or something. But yeah, those are some things that I wanted to talk about today. So if you've missed the beginning of the live, check out the beginning of the live, because it was a lot of gems, insights that I shared. And especially like if you're new to content creation, or even if you've been doing content and you need help with consistency, I shared some things that you can, did I share some things that you could do? Some mindset things that you can, you know, get out of your mind about posting your content. Just post the content. Just post the content, okay? So, I love you guys. I actually think I'm about to go to the gym. Because I signed up for Planet Fitness. They had a deal. It was like pay $1 and then you pay the rest, the full price later or something like that. And so I signed up for Planet Fitness. I did one of their mobile workouts. And I'm probably about to go drive to Planet Fitness. Oh, I have on my beta suit that I created. I created this beta suit, y'all. I created this. It's mad cute. I'm gonna start getting merch. Spirit said go bigger. I'm like, You know what? I need some merch. See, it has like the back out. And it says Goddess Teams. And so I'm going to be teaching the girlies how to do this stuff. Spirit is like, you don't realize that these are skills that people want to learn how to do. So I actually created this with a third-party website. But I created it. You know what I did? I purchased this on Etsy, and then I created this, and I put it together. I created it together. Oh, I was about to ask, where did I get the cute t-shirt? I want one. Oh my gosh, yes. I just made this one, and I actually really like the quality. What Spirit is really like saying, the energy of go bigger, go bigger, go bigger. Like, create your own merch. I love fashion. Create your own shit. Create it. And I also had t-shirts too. I had t-shirts. I did. I had t-shirts, and I was testing out the quality. And with the t-shirts, I wanted to make sure that the material didn't like peel off. And it actually didn't peel off. With that shirt that I have, I would suggest hand washing it, because it took a long time. I'm talking like months. It started to peel off. And so I was like, I would have to either tell people to hand wash it or use a different printing method when I would tell the company to print. But I'm gonna look at merchandising clothes and stuff like that. Maybe either another company that does that, or I know what I'm gonna do. But so I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Sunday. Self-love, self-compassion, self-worth, you guys. Okay? Self-love, self-compassion, self-worth. You come first. You come first. Don't be okay with hurting your feelings over hurting someone else's feelings. Okay? Those are programs. It's like, okay, I'd rather hurt my feelings than hurt the other person's feelings. No, you would rather hurt someone else's feelings than hurting your own feelings. Okay? You have to put you first. Make sure you guys are resting. All right? This is Aries. What day is this? This is April 6th. So Aries, initiator. The fire, expression, I am, standing in your I am. No more becoming that girl, no more becoming him. You already it. You are already it. Right? Yes, you have to do what's best for you. Yes, exactly. Have a beautiful day on purpose. Ow! I'm about to go eat my breakfast. I have my tea. I like coming on live. This is really fun, and my ring light is doing what it needs to do. Oh, day 3 is gonna be dropped tomorrow for the 4-day mini series. We're gonna do day 3, and I'm gonna share day 3 products. And yeah, if you haven't clicked the link in my bio, sign up for the monthly mentorship. Okay, like, I get busy. I always tell people I am who the girlies come to when they're ready to quit playing with their content, when they're ready to get serious, when they're ready to really learn these skills that could transform you and your business. Okay? Top tier, quality, customer service, chef's kiss. Okay? And also, if you're ready to work with me, like, I'm going to put your ass to work. I'm not going to baby you. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I don't want to hear no excuses. Everything is literally in the community for you. I have the program set. There's new bonus trainings in there. I have separate categories with action homework assignments for you to complete. And I'm going to hold you accountable to completing it. So if you want to be my client, if you want to work with me, know that we're going to get your ass all the way together. I'm going to get you together. I'm not going to play with you. I'm not going to play with you. Because you are a reflection of me. The work that you do is a reflection of me, right? More so a reflection of yourself, because I can do all of my work, but if you don't do your work, then you get what I'm saying. I know my program works. I know the techniques and strategies that I'm giving works. Check the reviews. Click the reviews and check the reviews. All right. So I always say, like, say this. If you are serious to do your content, to take your content serious, to start making money from your content, from your knowledge, to start reaching your unicorn clients, your target audience, okay? To start to build your presence online. If you are ready to step into your leadership role, to truly step into your power, then come work with me. If not, but I look forward to working with you guys and seeing your transformations. Like, yes. So I'll talk to you guys later. If you have any questions, send me a DM, okay?